If you are a woman in South Carolina facing an unplanned pregnancy, you may be asking yourself, how do I give up a baby for adoption? How do I put up my child for adoption?
But we feel like that's not a very accurate description of what happens when someone makes an adoption plan for their child. I think that things that I give away are things that I don't want. But for an adoption plan, each woman that I work with loves her child and is choosing adoption because they feel like it's what's the best option for their child at this point in their life.
If you call our law office, you'd actually be calling Lauren's cell phone. You don't have to talk to a lawyer. Some people, for some reason, don't want to do that. But they do like to talk to Lauren and to be able to work through this adoption plan, to put together the best plan that's best for you.
Or to just simply get information on what decision to make. You can consider adoption as much or as little as you want to, and just because you called our law firm doesn't mean that you're committed to adoption.
Birth moms are also entitled to counseling and to be able to consider all of their choices, all the alternatives to adoption.
You're in control of your adoption plan throughout the entire process until you decide to make it permanent by signing a consent for adoption. You get to decide whether you would want a relationship with that child later on in life and with the adoptive family. Would you like to be able to see the child as the child grows up, whether in person or just through pictures and letters and updates? Some women I work with decide that they don't want that relationship, and that's okay.
That's something we talk with our adoptive parents about a great deal, and birth moms can be involved in that process. Writing a letter to the child or staying in touch with the adoptive parents allows the child to know that they've really been loved twice by the birth mom and by the adoptive family.
I get calls from women who have just found out they're only a few weeks pregnant. I hear from women who are only a few weeks away from delivery, and sometimes I meet a woman for the very first time when she's in the hospital holding her newborn baby. So it's never too late to consider an adoption plan, and it can always still be done on your terms and at your speed. We're here to answer your questions and help any way that we can as you consider what decision to make for your child.